Let's do some of these burp challenges in SQL injection. I want to get down to the one that shows listing the database contents. I think that's what I want. Yeah, listing the database contents. All right, so here we are, listing the database contents on non-Oracle. Right, that's the standard case, Microsoft or MySQL. So here's the description. I'll make that font bigger, and I'll start the lab. All right, and now I'm going to go to burp, and I'm going to clean off the old history stuff here. All right. Now, in the instruction, it's in the product category filter, just like most of these. And so it's got a SQL injection. I want to log in as administrator. And there is a SQL injection cheat sheet that is good to have. So I want to do this where I select for gifts. That's where I get the basic request we're going to use. So that is going to be, right, it is get filter equal category gifts. And I'm going to send this to the repeater, just like we've done before. And as I said in the lecture, every time I send something to the repeater, the first thing you do is just send it without changing anything to see if they have an anti-CSRF token. All right. And it's 200 OK. It works. I get the results. So they don't have one. And I see JZ has said who they are, so I will record that on the answers. My grader might have been able to figure that out, but now it'll be easy. All right. So, all right, so now I can modify it, and so if I put an apostrophe here, then I get a 500 error, so that means I've got SQL injection vulnerability, apparently. I might have it, and if I put in apostrophe and put in a plus for a space, and then or 1 equals 1, space, dash, dash, space, now that should be always true. Now I get a 200 OK, and I should get many categories of stuff, and it looks like I do. So it looks like I have the classic SQL injection vulnerability. Now, I want to log in as the administrator. So let's go back and look at the instructions. All right, here. So it has a login function. It contains usernames and passwords. So we first need to find the names of the table and then retrieve the contents of the table. So we're going to log in as the administrator user. So we want to get all the tables. And if you go here to get database contents, in Oracle, it's all tables, but in other ones like Microsoft and MySQL, it's information schema tables. And you did this in the project that I wrote too. So you select star from information schema tables. Now, whenever you're doing this kind of work, you need to have a notepad file and take notes of what you're doing, because you have to make minor variations of things. So I'm going to start from this. Now, the first issue, though, is how many fields is it going to pull with that star? I don't know, and I don't know what type they are. Also, I haven't determined how many fields I have to work with. So the first thing I have to do is find out how many columns there are and what kind of data is in those columns. So I go to burp, and I put in union select. Okay, plus union select. Got to spell union better, though. All right, select null from. I got to have pluses instead of spaces, though. Okay, null from. That was information schema tables, I think. Might as well put that in. There. There. Okay, that'll select one null from that table. It's not really coming from the table. And we'll see what happens when I run this one. And I get an error. So apparently it's not one column. So maybe it's two columns. I do null, comma, null. Now I get 200, so it's two columns. Now I don't know which column is alphabetical because I need to be able to get data. So I'm going to take the null and turn it into a quote A, quote, and see if that works. And I think, I'm not sure, I see, it works. Okay, so the first one's alphabetical, and the second one I think is also alphabetical. I changed it into B. Okay, so I have two alphabetical columns to work with. Now, I just need table names, so I go to my request and I change one of these to table name. I think it's table underscore name is the name they're going to see. It accepted it, and I should have some table names down here, and I do. Sequences, PG stats, there are a lot of tables with goofy names. And so I was sort of baffled when I first saw this. There's like 100 tables, but I'm looking for users and names and passwords. So it probably has the word user in it. And you can use the search function, and there's only 14 of them with user in it. So start exact user tables, user mappings, and I realized there's a simple pattern going on here. It's going to be users followed by some this is it, users followed by random letters. This is how they do it, and the random letters are different for every student that loads this up. That's the table with user data in it. So that is a result. So I'm going to copy this, and now I got to make some notes. So let me put that in there, and I'm also going to save the query that worked. Whenever you get anything that works, you really should save it. Because especially when I was first doing this, I got stuck on one of these. You really have to have examples that work to work from. So now I've got the table names. Now I want to get the column names for that table. So that is very similar. I start from that one, and I change it to column names. And now I want to say where table name equals this. That should get me the columns in that table. There. If I haven't made a mistake, that mess will give me the column names. And by the way, oh, this one's good. Okay. There's a later one that's a little harder. This one's not bad. All right, good. So now I put in all that junk and send it. And I got an error, which means I fouled it up somehow. Oh, I know why. I select column name B. No. I probably made a typo. From information schema tables where table name equals. All right, let's go see if I can figure out what I did wrong. I very often make mistakes. Here's, oh, you got to get it from columns, not from tables. From information schema columns. Okay, that's the problem. So let me fix my notes here. This should be columns. There. And let's just copy this and paste it in. All right. So I go here. Get rid of the old stuff. Put in my corrected stuff. Let's try that one. And now it's 200. Okay, now I should be getting columns, and there shouldn't be too many of them. So password and username. And see, it added some random letters. So this is the password field, and that's the username field. So that was the all-important data there, and the username field is here. I copy that. I'm going to put it here. There. So that's what I want. So now I just have to ask for what I want. I'll start from this one, because the last one is going to be very simple. All right. I want to select username. I can have two fields, so I can select username here, and password can just be the second one instead of the B. And I want to get it from this table. There. And I don't know why there's a dot there. Oh, dot table. I don't want that dot tables. That's not right. There. That should do it. Select username, comma, password from users. It looks pretty good. Get rid of this old stuff. Okay, I put in the new stuff. I send it. And the response shows it here. Maybe I should make this font bigger if I can. Guess that's not working. Okay, anyway. So, whoops. Whoa, something bad happened. I went to the wrong tab. All right. So here's my response. And down here I should see username and password. And there we are. Wiener, password, administrator, password. There we are. So you just log in with this administrator account and that password to win. So that's the easiest one. You do not have to concat in this case because there were two text fields. The two columns are both text. If there was only one column or only one text column, then I would have to concat to put them together. So that was this one. Now, let's try another one. Remember, the next one really had me buffaloed for a long time because I was making typographical mistakes. So let me just clean off these tabs, and let's load the next one on Oracle. Oh, and I should do it in a new tab so I don't have to keep coming back. Okay, because the third one is even more fun. So here we do it on Oracle. And it was two of these gave me trouble, but I think I've got them now, so I'm going to try them. Okay, here's the hint. I'm going to need the cheat sheet. All right, so the Oracle cheat sheet, the first thing I'm going to have to do is okay, the database contents. On Oracle, select star from all tables. All right. So let's go to here. Okay, it's going to be the same thing. This category thing is the thing with the injection. So if I go to proxy history, right down at the bottom, here's the one that gets the category pets. So I can send that to the repeater, and first just send it to make sure that it's okay in the repeater, and it is. Now I should be able to put in an injection here, and that would be, let's see, what should it be? I think it would be select null from, and there's a table that's always there in Oracle called dual, they say, there. And now plus dash dash plus. I think that will do it. I'll select one column of null. That's an error. So let's try two columns. That's also an error, so I may have fouled it up. Select null null from dual. All right, let me go back and look at the examples. Do you see what's wrong? Ending quote? No, this is the comment field should do it. Or maybe that's not the right comment field for Oracle. Let's go back to here and see if I can. There's a built-in table you can see. Oh, I need to do union. I forgot the union. You always need the union for your second select. That might do it. That does do it. Okay. So now I got one to work with to start from, so I'll copy the one that worked, and all the rest will be variations on this one. So go back to my notepad file. All right. And let's just make this smaller so it'll scroll and stay on the screen. All right. So there's one that worked. Okay. Now I want to get table name, so I'll make another copy of this one. I want, I got to find an alphabetical field. So let's try that. Let's change this to A. And try changing this to B. Maybe I have two alphabetical fields. That would be nice. Send. It's okay. All right, so I have two alphabetical fields again, so that's good. So now I should be able to put in table name. And it has to come from, I think it's all tables, is what that cheat sheet said. All tables in Oracle. Let's try that. If I remember it correctly, this will get us to table names. All right, it's 200 okay. And one thing that fooled me for a while, if you hit the render tab and look for it, you only see a few tables. The render tab only renders the top part of the page. It doesn't render the whole page. This baffled me. There's a lot more than that, but you have to look at it in RAW to see them all. So again, here's all the table names, and there's a lot of them. So again, I expect to have the word user in it. User. And there's only 3 matches of user. So users and roles. Preferred ops user, and there it is, users followed by random letters. That's the one. So now I know the name of the table I want to get data from. All right, now I want column names. So let's take a look at the cheat sheet and see how to do that in Oracle. Select this thing. That's what you do. So I'm just going to copy that and start from that. That's why you need to have a notepad file to work with. All right, I want that, but I want to select table name, not all that junk. And then I'll put A, because I have to have 2 columns, and this should be union plus select. There. And now I got to change all the spaces to pluses. So there. There. That might, oh, now I have to have this comment at the end. There. That might do it. I'm going to get table name. Where table name equals this. This is columns. I've shipped ahead. I got the table name. There's my table name, so I want the columns. So I want column name. There. And there's the table name. Here. There. If I haven't fouled it up, which I often do, that might work. Let's see. Here we are. All right. Request. Get rid of this stuff. And put this one in. And let's see if that works. Ooh, 200 OK. So now I should be getting the column names. And there it is. Username is one of the column names with that funny letters. OK. So that's a useful result. And also I should have the password field somewhere in the output. There it is. All right, good. There. Now I should be able to just make a simple query that gets me what I need. Now I know I want this for username, then the password, and the table name is here. There. That should do it. Get rid of all this. See how that looks. Ooh, I got a 200 OK. I should find user password name. There we are, administrator, password, Carlos password. So it works. So that was pretty cool. Now, the last one I think was awesome. If I were glad I'm able to do this one tonight. The next one is great fun. The next one, you actually get a 20-character password in a blind SQL injection, which I would have thought was too difficult, but it's not too difficult because of burp. So blind SQL injection. Now the trick here is you load the lab, and this is very much like that Amazon page I talked about before, where it has a cookie to identify who you are. Let's wait for this lab to load. Okay. Now, if I go to my account, it says, welcome back, even though I haven't logged in. This is all we need, the request that resulted in welcome back. So let's go to the proxy and down to the bottom. There was a request sending after the login. This one that got the login, I think that's the one. The request that got the login sent a tracking ID cookie. This is like a session cookie. And then the response contained welcome back. If I search for welcome, there is a match. Okay, this is the one we're going to mess with. So I send this to the repeater. And now, if I send it and look at the response and render it, I see welcome back. Now, if I go here and I take the tracking cookie and I change it to something with a, I'm doing blind SQL injection. All I'm getting is welcome back or no welcome back. So if I put this apostrophe space and rather, and 1 equals 1 comment. There, I think this will do it. This is going to also give me a welcome back. If I send, I get a welcome back. And so let me record this, because as always, whenever anything is working, I save it so I can generate. Note that semicolon, You can't delete that semicolon. I deleted it this afternoon and spent hours trying to figure out why nothing would work. You need that semicolon to separate the two different cookie values. So that's the first one, and this was welcome back. Okay, now if I change that and 1 equals 2, which is false, and now send it, now there's no welcome back. So this is my data, whether I get the welcome back or not. So now I know what's happening. Now I can put any condition I want there. So if you look at their instructions, they give you some useful hints here. You assume the password contains only lowercase alphanumeric characters. And so if you go down here, you start with this. Now I'm going to select A from users and see if that equals A. This is a condition that is always true. So I'm going to get, let's build that one. So I'm going to start from this one. All right, and now I want to change this second condition into this. There. Now, then parentheses, there. The stuff in the parentheses, or I guess I don't need, okay, this condition, select A from users, limit 1. I think you would need this for some reason. This will select just an A, and then it equals A. So this is a condition that's true, as long as I haven't fouled up the comment side. They used this to use up the final apostrophe. I used a comment at the end to comment it out. Both techniques will work. So that should give me a welcome back if I haven't fouled it up. That should be another true condition. All right. So now I send that. And it's true. I got a welcome back. Okay. So now I've made a true condition. Now, if I made it a false condition by changing this to B, then I should get no welcome back. And that works. Okay, so now I'm able to ask a question about an alphabetic thing. So now what I want to do is, let's go back to the instructions because they gave us more useful information. They told us there is a table called users with columns called username and password. So, and I'm looking for the administrator account. So the first thing I'm going to do is just work with the username because I know what that is. So this is one that worked. So I want to select username from users where username equals administrator. And that should equal administrator. There. So this should be a true condition. And it's pretty tricky to copy and paste this without fouling it up and deleting an extra character or something. So I always want to go in small steps and keep records of everything that works, because often you have to go back to something that worked in the past. And there I am, it worked. Welcome back. So I have a true condition. So now I have to guess the password. So if I select password, and if I knew the whole password, I could verify it this way, but this is not going to work. I have to select substring of password, comma 1, comma 1. This will give me the first letter. This is the starting letter and the number of letters. So now I'm getting just the first letter of the password, and I'm going to see if that equals A. There. That might do it. Let's give it a try. I go back to burp. I somehow did not make it back to burp. Here we are. Request. Okay. And so that should check if the first letter of the password is A. And when I send it, I get no welcome back, so that is false, which is not too surprising. Now, if I check if it's greater than A, it probably is. If it's not equal to A, it's probably some letter after A. And that is true. So now I'm in business. Now, all I got to do is go back again to the instructions, they said you can assume that it contains only lowercase alphanumeric characters. So I can now use BERT to do this. I take this request, which is ready to go, and I send it to the intruder, which we've used before. And in the intruder, now I can clear these section marks, and I want to just vary. I want to change this back to equals, although greater than would work too, but I'm just going to make it equals. I want to vary that letter. So I'll put a section mark there. So I'm going to change that. Now I go to the payloads, and I'm just going to put them in. I'm going to try all the lowercase letters, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z, and then all the numbers. Okay, so 36 possibilities. They should all be in there. Now I can just run this attack. Okay, it's going to run kind of slow, but it won't take too long to do 36 requests, and one of them should be different. And there it is. So the first character is M. It was the one that was different. So now I can close this, and I can now change my query, which is here. I can put an M there. I know the first letter is M. And now I'm going to select the first two characters from the password, from 1 to 2. M followed by one more letter. And now I run it again. And there it is. The second letter is D. So you see, it's really not too hard. Now I need to change this to a D, and change this to 3, and on you go. And by the way, I didn't find out how long it was. I forgot to do that. So I'm just going to save this, which is where I am, in my notepad file. This is one of the many reasons why you have to have a notepad file. So I got to here. Let me find out how long the password is, and I can do that on the repeater tab. What I have to do here is length of password. Wait a minute now. Let's get back to the thing that worked. Okay, I wanted to do this. Okay, I'll start with this one that worked. All right, I want to select. I think I don't need, and I think I don't even need a select, do I? Length. I think I just need length of password. Oh, I did, yeah. Is greater than 1? I think this might work. I don't know, I might be a little messed up. I'm just trying to length of the password greater than 1. No, wait a minute. I do need a select. Okay, select. All right, I'm losing my mind. From users. Okay, and select password from you. Yeah, select password. Okay, I'm getting here. Select the password from users. There. Let's put in pluses. Select password from users. Where user is administrator. And then it's in the where clause that I say length of password greater than 1. There, I think that will do it if I get rid of all this extra junk. There. I select the password from users, where length of password greater than 1, and I think I need another parentheses here. All right, let's try that. I need to find out how long the password is, and that was what struck me as insane when I found out how long it was. Get rid of all this junk. I still have the semicolon. Put in that stuff. Send. And I got a false response. So the length of the password is not greater than 1, and that's troubling me. I fouled this up somehow. And select password from users. Wait, I didn't set the name, username equals administrator. Let me take the hints. I did it before. I skipped over this step. All right, how do you get the length? Oh, what is this? And it's trimming off somehow. Yeah, it's in there. Somehow it's not showing on the screen. There we are. There, this is the example of how to do it. Okay, let me get their example there and put it in my here so I can figure out what's going on. All right, there, that's how they do it. I'm not putting in that part. Okay, and select A from users or username equals administrator and length of password. Okay, so actually what I'm doing here is not bad. I needed to put in and. Okay, and length of password greater than 2. That's what's missing. A second where clause. That's what was confusing me. So I need a plus. I need username equals administrator. Okay, I'm getting there. There. Username equals administrator and length of password greater than 2. That looks pretty good. See how that works. Get rid of this stuff. Put in that stuff. Nope, still fouled it up. And select password from users where username equals administrator and length of password greater than 2. All right, now he selected just A, don't really need the password. I don't think that matters. From users where, maybe I need more parentheses or something. Let's see their example. A from user, username equals administrator, and length of password greater than 2. What is this equals, equals A. Oh, you have to make a condition. All right, that equals A is what's missing. I'm getting a little confused here. Let's put that in. So you're selecting A from this garbage, and that would then equal A if you're right, so equals A. There, okay, let's try that. I'm a little confused about that equals A stuff, but I think there's a way to do it in a more simple way, but who cares? There, now it's true. Okay, now we're getting there. So now the password is greater than 2, and I couldn't believe it. I thought something was wrong. The password is greater than 19. And that's true, so the password actually equals 20 in length. And that's true. So it's a 20-character password, and yet that's not going to take too long. As you saw, we've already got the first 2 letters, and we can just keep getting them one by one. So I got MD, SEC, 3 letters. I'm going to get the 3rd letter by just running this attack. And it really is only a few seconds to find it. There it is. It's 8. So the next letter is 8. Whoa. 8. And now I can go for the 4th letter and so on. So it really won't take too long to get all 20 characters and log in. And that's what I wanted to show you. I really enjoyed figuring this out. With Burp Intruder, you can do something quite complicated without spending too long at it. So I think that's enough demos. Let me stop this recording.